Hi, welcome back to Bridal Society. I'm Laura and this is Rebecca.
So it's your final week of wedding planning. The final countdown is on. The wedding is almost here. Congratulations on getting to this point. And today we are thinking about what are those final items that you need to think of in this final week of wedding planning. So like a kind of checklist to make sure that you're feeling confident come W day, that everything is in place and you are ready to, well, I was going to say rock, but wed. Ready to wed. There we go.
So the first thing is just to check you've paid off or pay off any remaining balances you might have with any suppliers. So maybe your DJ's asked for the final payment a week before, just tick that off, send over more of your wedding budget. Just make sure everything's paid up to date so you can just relax and just be assured that everybody's going to turn up when they're supposed to.
Yes, and just don't pay too close attention to your bank balance for a little while. Breaking your shoes. So chances are you probably bought new shoes for the wedding day, but the last thing you want to be dealing with is blisters and rubbing and pain, blah, blah. But I mean, later on we will talk about some things where you might want to have like a friction stick to help with things on the day. But in preparation, if you haven't done already, get walking around the house in your wedding shoes. If you don't want your partner to see them, try and like time it with when they might be at work or something like that. But yeah, just start to kind of break them in for comfort on the day. It's definitely worth it.
Definitely. And then assemble your final list of suppliers and contact details for them so you can give those over to maybe your venue or someone else that isn't you, kind of a nominated person, bridesmaid, friend, family member, just so you don't have to then deal with any last minute issues that might arise, or just so the venue know who's coming and going, and if somebody is running a little bit late they can ring them up and say, where are you, and chase them on your behalf so you don't have to worry about that.
So you're not there on your phone where the makeup artist is trying to do your face. I think I fielded a call for your mini golf person when you were having your makeup done.
Yes, that was a weather related.
Yeah, so yeah, things can come up on the day that you do not want to be dealing with.
Exactly.
Yes. Reconfirm your timings. So chances are you've already had a discussion about timings, so people know what's what. But just for everyone's peace of mind and your sanity, just reconfirming those. So whether that's with suppliers, your venue, so when you're dropping things off, when you can come in, that kind of thing. And also with your bridal party. So what time do you expect your bridesmaids to show up in your bridal suite or whatever it is you're doing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and also make sure if your bridal party have any extra jobs or tasks, responsibilities that you've asked them to do, just make sure they're clear on those. And if it's something that's going to happen on the day, make sure they know kind of what time or when to expect to do the task and what's expected of them, so everybody feels confident on the day that they're going to kind of pull together and have it exactly how it's supposed to be.
Yes, like make sure that the best man has the rings, for example, or that the ushers know where the orders of service are that you want them to hand out. It's just all these odd little details, right? And you could also, in the week before, wrap up any thank you gifts that you might have bought for your bridal party, parents, this venue, anyone that you bought those kind of little gifts for that typically kind of get handed out during the speeches. So yeah, wrap those, write any little cards that you might have or presents that you might have bought for the morning of for the groom or bride, depending who's watching. Yeah.
And if you've written your own vows, or even if you haven't, you might want to print out a copy of those vows so you have something maybe on special paper, so you have something that isn't just like a tatty bit of paper to read from. And print things out such as readings, if you're having any readings during the ceremony, just anything that anybody might need to read from or be reminded of. Just have it all printed, ready to go, so you're not running around the morning of the wedding trying to find someone with a printer. Yes,
yeah. So yeah, these things are kind of on show, but you don't necessarily think about it in that same way. So yeah, and they're nice to kind of hold on to afterwards as well for sentimental sake. Have your engagement ring cleaned or polished. So Obviously not if it's a case where you have to send it off to do that. That might be a bit risky to leave to the week before. But usually places like maybe where you bought the engagement ring from or your wedding rings from will do it for you, that kind of thing. So it's something to look into so it's nice and shiny in the wedding photographs.
And if you maybe colour your hair normally or just want to have a trim to make sure your hair's looking its best, maybe schedule this for the week of the wedding so it's in kind of optimum kind of colour and condition ready for the wedding day.
Yes, and along with that, any other kind of like beauty treatments and things you like to get done, and things maybe like having your nails done, because again they probably are going to feature more in photographs than they would in everyday life, like the ring shots, that kind of thing. So whether they're being painted or just sort of tidied up, that kind of thing, that's something to get done. Obviously, again, the more, if it's more paint that you're having done than like gels or just tidying up, obviously closer to the actual wedding day as possible is ideal, because you don't want to chip it and then yes. But another little tip with that is that if they are doing the paint, they can sometimes give you the rest of the bottle to take with you, so if you do need to do any emergency touch-ups, you've got the exact colour match.
Good tip, top tip. There you go. Pick up any final items, so maybe your veil, you need to go and collect that, or if you've got any other bits and bobs that just either part of your outfit or just for the day, just make sure you've got time while shops are open to be able to go and collect them, or if anything's maybe at the dry cleaners, things like that, make sure you're not leaving it to the last minute when they've got half day closing and then outfits are stuck inside and you can't get them.
Yeah, this did happen, like to me, the veil thing, it was actually like, yeah, my thing. I was walking through town to go to my nail appointment, and which vaguely goes past the shop where I ordered my veil from, and suddenly I went, I don't have my veil, because they were supposed to like call me like when it came in, like 2 weeks or something before the wedding, and I just suddenly realised I hadn't heard from them. So I was like, but I had to get to my appointment, so I had to send the groom who was with me at the time like off to the dress shop to be like, fortunately it was just my veil, not the dress, but yes, anyway, it was fine, I got it, they had it, it's all okay.
That's good, okay. Yes, but make sure you have all those important bits.
Yes. Anyway, assemble your emergency wedding day kit. So we have another video on this which we'll tag below so you can be inspired by all the individual items that are included, but basically we mean those kind of emergency things that you might just need on the actual day. So things like a friction stick to stop rubbing on your shoes, that kind of stuff is in there. So check out that video for the kind of itemised ideas.
And if you're staying away the night of your wedding, you need to pack an overnight bag. So make sure you have everything packed and ready to go, because again, you don't want to be rushing around the house as you need to leave and just trying to throw random bits in a bag. Just pack it a few days before and then just pick it up and go when you're ready to go. Yes,
and maybe even make a list for those, like, because there's always things you can't put in the bag till the morning, right, true, that you still need. But so also make a list for those things, because your brain will be everywhere and totally scattered that morning. So it's on the list. You don't need to think about it. There's no worries, nothing forgotten. Not sending someone rushing off to a shop and like at the last second. If you're having the photographer come to your home at any stage, you might need to consider like tidying your house in advance, obviously, of them arriving, just so the backgrounds of the shots are how you would wish it to be remembered looking back in photos in the future.
And if you're having a rehearsal, so this would be done maybe the night before the wedding, well, maybe the day before the wedding, or in the week leading up to the wedding. So just so if you are having one, so everyone knows how the ceremony is going to go, just so you feel a bit more confident maybe during the actual ceremony.
Yes, and everyone knows their roles.
Yes.
Yeah. And then deliver your items to your venue. So anything you've DIY'd, anything you just need to have there ready for you when you get to the venue, go ahead and get those delivered. Obviously arrange that time with your venue. And then obviously if you're setting up, obviously you do that in this week before as well, like probably the day before. But if you're not setting up, again, creating a list of instructions, maybe even including photographs of like mocked up centerpieces or whatever, if you're dictating how that's going to be, ready so that your venue staff knows exactly how you would want things.
And most importantly, well, try to relax. I think easier said than done. But also try and enjoy it. So it's the run up to the wedding, you're almost there. Just don't get too stressed about all the little bits and bobs. Just relax, enjoy the time, and you're about to marry your other half. I was going to say best friend, not always the case.
Love of your life.
Yes, so just enjoy it. So we hope you found some of those ideas useful. If you've got any other thoughts about something really vital that you need to do the week before the wedding, please drop them in the comments below. So we'll link that emergency wedding day kit in the description box below as well. Don't forget to like this video, give us a subscribe, and we'll see you next time.